Hey everyone, it's me, Brett, at Hope to Prosper. Okay, so I screwed up on 4 different intros, so I'm just going to voice it over and finish it up here manually. So I was up in the Sierra Nevada mountains, and I wanted to hike the Little Lakes Valley Trail, but that was snowed in. So I went back down the mountain a couple miles, and instead I hiked the East Fork Trail, and that was great. It was next to a big, beautiful stream. So I hope you enjoy the footage, and thanks for coming along this week. So today I want to talk about automating your retirement income. I got a comment from one of my viewers, DJ, asking if I took my IRA distributions monthly or annually. And the short answer is that I take them monthly and I have it automated. And so here are the reasons why I do this and why I also recommend it to others. So first, why I chose monthly. I chose monthly for a number of reasons. Most important, I wanted to replace my paycheck with my portfolio. And so in order to do that, I just set it up to pay me manually. Pay me automatically every month. And so it's kind of like direct deposit when you worked, where the money just shows up in your account, and then and you get it, and you know when payday is roughly, and then it's in your account. So it's nice to have that money on that day, and then you can pay your bills when they're due, or you could set up your payment or your distribution so it's before your bills and you can pay them off. And it kind of keeps me on a monthly budget as well. I'm used to budgeting monthly for 5 decades of work, basically. So the money comes in the bank, and then you have it, and it's right on time. So I love having it automated, and I love having it monthly, and that's why I chose monthly over annually. The money, when I first retired, I had a bunch of money in the bank. I had about $30,000 that I had saved up because I knew the company was failing. And then also I got a little package of all of my vacation pay. So I had all this money in the bank, and I figured, okay, I can live for 5 or 6 months without worrying about anything. And so I didn't even have a retirement plan. I just had a lot of money in the bank. I figured, I'll just live for 6 months and see how it goes. And it's hard to avoid overspending when you have that much money in the bank. I bought a dirt bike and went on some vacations and did some other stupid stuff, and that money disappeared in about 4 months instead of 6. So I learned my lesson there, and then I went to monthly. Other reasons are I like to cost average the market. If you take a huge lump sum out of the market for an entire year, let's say I took the whole $60,000 out, the market may be up or the market may be down. But if you take the $5,000 a month out every month, then it kind of cost averages the market. And I dollar cost average into the market, and I kind of enjoy cost averaging out. And then I don't have to worry about things like this last spike. I only had basically one paycheck that was when the market was really down. So things like that help a lot. And I also want to keep my money working in the market as long as possible. I can't think of anything more foolish than to, take money out of a mutual fund that's been averaging 10% for the last couple decades and then put it in a 4% money market. That just seems like losing 6% the whole year. So those are the reasons why I chose monthly. Here is why I automated. Number one, like I talked about earlier, I like to set it and forget it. I just like the money to show up in my account. It's really nice for planning, and I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to go online and get it. Nothing. Another reason is for tax compliance and efficiency. So, if I take a bunch of money out of the market, I'm going to get hit with a lot more taxes. So having it just automated, that kind of keeps it at a set level for me, unless I have some kind of emergency, like my roof blows off or something. So that's another reason why I have it automated. Is for tax efficiency. And finally, it controls my ACA costs. I'm on the Affordable Care Plan for health insurance, and if I take a lot of money out of the bank, my medical costs are going to go way, way up. So that keeps me at a set rate that I'm kind of used to. And with it all automated like this, I've done a couple series of taxes now since I've been retired, and I kind of know what I should take out and not. And so that's why having this automated helps a lot. as opposed to just taking it out piecemeal. I kind of know what everything's going to add up to. So here's how I automate it. I have a Vanguard IRA. I had a Vanguard 401k at my last 2 companies, and then I converted them into my own Vanguard IRA. Now, I would caution against doing this because one of the things I kind of screwed myself up on is because I took it out of my 401k and converted it to an IRA, I lost the rule of 55. I could have retired earlier and taken the money out, on the rule of 55 rule, instead of how I had to wait till I was 59 and a half. So be careful about converting your 401k to an IRA. The reason I did it was because my company was failing and I didn't trust the money laying it around, so I just grabbed it as soon as I could. And after my second to last company had quit, I had already converted my big 401k into my IRA, so it was just an easy thing to take my second one and then also collect it up. I set up a monthly distribution. It's automated. I picked the day I want it to go out. And when I did that, and this is the important part, I also set up the tax withholding. My tax guy told me to do this. So I take out a certain amount for federal, and I need to take out a little bit for state as well because I had to pay a bunch of state tax this year. And so you could set it up to pay you like your paycheck, and then the tax is already taken out. And you can figure out what the tax is going to be roughly. And then I set it to take out 10% for federal, and I'll probably withhold a couple percent for California tax. And so by the time you get your setting, that money's there. By the time you get your payment, that money is gone. The tax money is already gone, and you don't have to worry about it again. And so I had to wait until I was 59 and a half. The first year I was retired, first 10 months I was retired, I just lived off my portfolio. And so that was something that I had to do because I retired at 58. And so you probably won't have to do that, but that's something I had to think about. So that's another reason why I automated it. So the bottom line, let's talk about the bottom line here. The bottom line is that replacing your income from your portfolio in retirement, it could be a breeze. It's almost like receiving a paycheck. All you have to do is set up the automatic monthly withdrawals from your investment accounts, and hopefully to have that feature. Almost all of them do now. And then you set up the tax withholding, and then you just keep an eye on your portfolio. It is really set it and forget it. There's not much to it. And there's no need to stress over it or overthink it, because in retirement, your money is supposed to be working for you instead of you working for your money. And so just let me know in the comments below how you handle your retirement distributions and if you have any advice for the other retirees. Okay, quite a hike. So I went up to Little Lakes Valley. Supposed to be an 8-miler around all the lakes, Gem Lake and all that. I wanted to show you that. It was snowed in, and I ran into a guy with a pair of cross-country skis. He was about to do it on skis. And I said, it's all good. And he said, no, just go down the mountain just a piece, and it's all burned off. So I came down here. I went to a place called East Fork, and man, it was beautiful. Just walked along a little stream, and got some footage of that. So anyways, I hope you enjoy the footage. It's beautiful up here in the Sierras. Okay, I wish you all health, happiness, and prosperity in your lives. And I will see you next week on our next big adventure. Next big adventure is probably going to be Mammoth Lakes area, maybe Lake Convict. I got something in store for you. So anyways, thanks for coming along. I appreciate you guys as viewers.